Vocabulary from Al-Baqarah verse 74. qalbun, qulubun. Heart. hajarun, hijaratun. Stone. ashattu, stronger. naharun, anharun. River. kharaja, yakhruju. To come out. habata, yakhbitu. To go down. khashyatun, fear. ghafilun, unaware. Now let's take a look at Al-Baqarah verse 74. In this verse, we see how the hearts of the Israelites became as hard as stones, even after witnessing the clear signs from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before we dive in, I want to encourage you to take a moment to read and understand this ayah on your own. The words highlighted in blue are ones we've already learned together in earlier videos. There are 3 pages in total, so feel free to pause the video and read them on your own. Now let's go through it together. Our first word is thumma, meaning then. Up next is qaset from the root qaf sin waw. The ta suffix with sukun indicates 3fs perfect, so this verb means she hardened or it hardened. Moving on, we have qulubukum, which is qulubu plus possessive pronoun kum, meaning your hearts. Qulubu is in nominative as the subject, and since it's a non-human plural noun, it's treated as feminine singular, which is why it takes the feminine singular verb qaset. Moving on, we have min ba'di, meaning after. Coming next is dhalika, meaning that. So the first line, thumma qaset qulubukum min ba'di dhalika, means then your hearts hardened after that. Moving on to the second line, we have fahiya, which is fa plus pronoun hiya. Hiya refers to qulubukum in the first line. So fahiya means so they. The next word is kal hijarati, which is ka plus al hijarati, meaning like stones. Hijarati is in genitive because of the preposition ka, and this whole thing is the predicate of the previous word hiya, and to be verb is implied. Moving on, we have au, meaning or. And then we have ashattu from the root shin del del, meaning stronger. It's a nominative as another predicate of hiya. The following word is qaswatan from the root qaf sin waw. Does this root sound familiar to you? Yes, the verb qaset in the first line, meaning hardened, comes from the same root. So this word qaswa means hardness, and it's in accusative, being used kind of like an adverb meaning in hardness. So ashattu qaswatan means stronger in hardness or harder. So the second line, fahiya kal hijarati au ashattu qaswa, means so they were like stones or even harder. Moving on, we have wa inna, which is wa plus inna, meaning and indeed. The next word is min, meaning of or among. Up next is al hijarati again, meaning the stones. It's in genitive because of the preposition min. And then we have lama, which is emphatic prefix lam plus relative pronoun ma. The prefix lam is for extra emphasis, and the relative pronoun ma is usually translated as what, but in this context, we can say some which because we are talking about plural stones. Ma is the subject of inna, and to be verb is implied. Moving on, we have yatafajjaru from the root fa, jim, ra, and we've already seen a verb from the same root in verse 60. Here, infajarat was form 7 verb from the same root meaning to gush forth. Coming back, today's verb also means to gush forth, although it's in a different verb form. The ta prefix and the shadda on the second radical indicate form 5 verb, and ya prefix indicates 3ms imperfect. Moving on, we have minhu, which is min plus pronoun hu, meaning from it. And then we have al-anharu, meaning rivers. It's a nominative as the subject of the verb yatafajjaru. Although it's a non-human plural, 3ms verb is used for a stylistic reason, and this pronoun refers back to the relative pronoun ma, so this whole clause is describing ma and is translated as some stones from which rivers gush forth. Now let's recap the first line. وَإِنَّ مِنَ الْحِجَارَةِ لَمَا يَتَفَجَّرُ مِنْهُ الْأَنْهَارُ means, and indeed, among the stones there are some from which rivers gush forth. Moving on to the second line, we have وَإِنَّ meaning, and indeed. Up next is minha, which is min plus pronoun ha. This pronoun refers to the stones, so we can translate it as among them. Coming next is lama again, meaning some which. The relative pronoun ma is the subject again, and to be verb is implied. Next we have yashakkoku from the root shin kof kof, meaning to split. You may know the word shakka, meaning apartment, which is also from the same root. An apartment is a separated spaces within a building. Similarly, this verb yashakkoku means to split. In terms of verb form, this is a form 5 verb, but the ta prefix of form 5 has been assimilated into the first radical shin, as indicated by the shadda on it, and the ya prefix indicates 3ms imperfect. So ma yashakkoku would normally mean what splits, but we translate it as some which split because we are talking about plural stones. Moving on, we have fayakhruju, which is fa plus yakhruju, meaning and comes out. It's a form 1 verb from the root kharajim, and we are already familiar with the form 4 verb from the same root. Here in verse 61, yukhrij was a form 4 verb meaning to bring forth, so we can clearly see the causative meaning in form 4. Coming back, our next phrase is minhu, meaning from it. Up next is al-ma'u, meaning water. It's nominative as the subject of the verb yakhruju. And just like the first line, this pronoun refers back to ma, so this whole clause is describing ma and is translated as some stones which split and water comes out from. Now let's recap the second line. وَإِنَّ مِنْهَا لَمَا يَشَّقَّقُ فَيَخْرُجُ مِنْهُ الْمَاءُ means, and indeed, among them there are some which split and water comes out from. Moving on, we have وَإِنَّ meaning, and indeed. Up next is minha, meaning among them. Up next is lama, meaning some which. So we can see that the same sentence pattern is repeated. Coming next is yahbitu from the root habata, meaning go down or fall down. The following word is min, meaning from. And then we have khoshiati from the root kho shin ya, meaning fear. It's in genitive because of the preposition min. Moving on, we have Allahi, which is in genitive forming an idafa meaning fear of Allah. So the first line, وَإِنَّ مِنْهَا لَمَا يَخْبِتُ مِنْ خَشْيَةِ اللَّهِ means, and indeed among them there are some which fall down in fear of Allah. Moving on to the final part, we have وَمَا, which is wa meaning and ma meaning not. And then we have Allahu in nominative as the subject. Next we have بِغَافِلٍ, which is be plus غافل meaning unaware. The preposition be was added for emphasis, and that's why غافل is in genitive case. This whole thing is the predicate, and to be verb is implied. Moving on, we have amma, which is an plus ma, meaning about what. Our last word is ta'malun, meaning you do. So the second line, وَمَا اللَّهُ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا تَعْمَلُونَ means, and Allah is not unaware of what you do. Alright, let's wrap up with a recap from the beginning. In English we get, then your hearts hardened after that. So they were like stones, or even harder. And indeed, among the stones, there are some from which rivers gush forth. And indeed, among them there are some which split, and water comes out from. And indeed, among them there are some which fall down in fear of Allah. And Allah is not unaware of what you do.